Let's imagine a scenario where a person is charged guilty of illegally dealing with arms. To investigate this matter, a crime investigation bureau hires an analyst and provides him with log data of the user. Initially, the analyst systematically records the user log data into various files, showing the documents accessed by the user along with different interactions arranged in a chronological fashion. He also records the logs of other users for comparison. He further divides his data into various time segments. Still, after doing all of this, the analyst is not able to find any useful insights. At this point, a tool called Visual Summaries of log data comes into the picture. It can provide a visual summary of the shown log data. Now let's see how a tool can assist an analyst in his job. To justify the charges thrown at the accused person, an analyst can form various questions. Let's say the concerned user is user 1. By looking at the star plots, overall actions of user 1 could be quickly compared with other users. For example, unlike user 7 and user 8, user 1 has spent a significant amount of time in highlighting the documents. Now, drilling down into user 1 would lead us to this view. Here, the analyst can see that the user has spent most of amount of time in dragging and reading the documents. Now, let's say the analyst wants to find some trends in these interactions. He can observe that at the beginning, the user spent most of his time in reading the documents because he was searching for information. But as time progressed, the user comparatively spent most time in highlighting and dragging since he knew what he wanted to search for. The analyst also observed that the user spent most of his time in the 36th segment. To investigate what he did during this time, the analyst switches the view and selects 36th segment from the stacked bar chart, where he finds various detailed information like which documents were dragged and what were the most frequently searched words, etc. Further, now the analyst wants to see what were the parameters which influence the user's interaction pattern. To answer this, the analyst switches to timeline view, where the information about the interactions could be found at any time. A slider is provided which an analyst can manipulate to understand the thought process of a user. Example: first, the user searched for "This is in Nigeria", then found an article about guns. This motivated him to search for guns in Nigeria, where he found some interesting information about gun dealings in Kenya. He then next searched Kenya, but did not find any useful information. So he then focused his attention back to gun dealings in Nigeria, where he spent a significant amount of time in accessing various arms dealing documents. In this way, an analyst can track actions of the user using our tool and present his findings to the investigation bureau. Thank you.